far during this whole day.
Yeah, certainly have been interesting to watch overall. Clued Violin edging out Enlightenment earlier in winners finals, but in any event, looks like we're going to see a rematch right now. We're going to get this right underway. Double Kansas splatter shots coming out from Clued Violin, and a pretty standard Enlightenment cup that we're seeing. That's already a 2-down situation though for Clued Violin.
Yep. As Hammer getting denied, and both of the case splash shots getting killed at the beginning. It looks like Nick didn't splash immediately to get into the base.
Yeah, Enlightenment there trying to push forward, but the defenses of Clued Violin are going to hold for the moment. Zera's going to get an impressive snipe there. That's going to be a 3-down situation for Enlightenment. This will allow Clued Violin to get a little bit more breathing room.
Importantly, yes. But so, it looks like K Violent Geku is going to go try to go up to the top left or try to make some distraction on the top left and just going on straight. But with that Stingray.
Yeah, that Stingray going to come out, stop that push right there. 2-down situation for Clued Violin, but it looks like they're looking to continue this push or extend it just a little more. Alex are going to pick up and run with it. Not going to be enough for the lead though, but that will allow some time for the rest of the members of Clued Violin to jump in.
Definitely.
3-down situation now for Enlightenment, further allowing this push to be extended. Of course, they did get that Rainmaker back down, so they're going to have to go all the way around here to get it back up onto this platform.
Definitely.
We'll see what Gecko can do with the Rainmaker.
Yep. And then actually the slotting machine coming behind with the Kenta from behind as well, but Alex denying that kill. This saves Geku, but it is still some troubling with that
Stingray coming out again from Sneck, but unfortunately not going to be able to find that pick here. As Gecko still going to push forward, but doesn't have the pain support from the rest of his team, is finally going to go down there. 2-down situation as Zeros is forced to retreat here to allow the other members of Clued Violin to jump in. But Enlightenment is doing a very good job of holding down the fort here.
Definitely. Off only by 5 points as well, so.
Nick going to try to... Yeah, pushing forward with that splashdown there, trying to get a couple of picks, but unfortunately isn't quite going to be able to do it. 2-down situation for both teams. Clued Violin going to go ahead and pop this to get a little bit more mid-map control as Enlightenment respawns. Going to go ahead and pick this up again. Enlightenment just having a little bit of trouble so far finding their footing.
Yep. Oh, trying to do the bomb rush. It did kill Geku. It did some support in the middle.
Finally now Enlightenment has some more control of the middle of the map here. Of course, they're not exactly concerned as with pushing forward as they are in the lead, but being in a position where you have a little bit more breathing room is always better.
That's definitely guaranteed. You can see the Enlightenment has popped Rainmaker. Zero's waiting for a snipe in the front side left, but it looks like they jump back. Snack getting a jump shot kill on Geku.
Yeah, a couple of picks here onto the Clued troop as Enlightenment continues to hold down the middle of the map here.
Yep. It looks like Enlightenment is aiming on the left just to try to get one single opponent. Instead, we'll see about avoiding the sniper, which would be a really big nuisance at this point.
Yeah, so right now we're watching Sneck here kind of stay back, but I think one of the keys here is watching Enlightenment's frontliners really push the members of Clued back. So Rainmaker is going to go down there to that Stingray. 3-down situation now for Enlightenment, so maybe perhaps a little bit of an overextension, but this will allow the opportunity for Clued to continue pushing forward.
Yes, and with Zera on Rainmaker, and all the team right behind his back. This is the time for KLV and to get the lead.
Nick here, continuing to pressure this Rainmaker, is finally going to go down there after wasting quite a bit of time. Actually, a 3-down situation now as the rest of the members of Clued were able to clean up Enlightenment. This will allow the window to come wide open, and it will give them the lead here. They're going to go for the knockout and will go ahead and get it. So Clued going to go up 1-0 on Enlightenment here.
Yep, but at the end, again, it was a 3-0. It was a 3-0 as well, so it's pretty good. Like, Enlightenment did have a really good sword, But at the end, it looks like they got a bit too calm with that. Now, gave Flynn the time, the chance, and the opportunity to go in with the lead and KO.
Indeed, there. So, the patience of Clute was able to pay off for them there. Enlightenment was doing an extremely good job the majority of the match of, holding down the middle of the map, holding their defenses strong. But unfortunately, at the end of the day, it wasn't quite enough for them, as we'll be moving ahead to the next map in this grand final set. It'll be Clamblitz on New Albacore Hotel.
Oh boy.
So what do you think about this? Well, what's that oh boy reaction for?
Because it's Clamblitz and New Albacore Hotel. It's New Albacore Hotel is a two-way situation. You can either go from the regular entrance or you can flank from the side. You cannot go from anywhere else. That's the problem. Now, like every other maps, there is always another way to go in. So, we can see something's going to go up. We can see mostly frontliners will go in. But K-pop, what do you think about this map though?
Well, it's very flat, very wide open. There's a small chance we'll see a Stingray, but I'm sure that that's not exactly the forerunner on a lot of these teams' minds right now.
Yeah.
But we'll see here what both of these teams have to bring out. I'm quite sure, I'm not quite sure, but we can be relatively certain that we'll see a Tenebrella on at least one side. Tenebrella has always been a pretty strong Clamblitz weapon, as you're able to, release that shield while you're carrying a power clam, maybe even throw in your bubble special there in order to go ahead. We're going to be getting right into this soon.
If they can stop playing. But yeah, like we'll see Alex with a roller. We might see Zoza with a sniper this time, and we'll for sure see Snack with the Splatling. That's a guarantee.
Definitely. Snag being a very strong player on the Splatling in general. Of course, all of these members being strong players in their own right, but we're going to go ahead and hop right into this here. Enlightenment looking not to go too down early in this grand final set. Of course, this is double elimination, so Enlightenment does have to win 2 sets in a row in order to clinch first place here. Unfortunately, I was wrong. We're not going to be seeing a Tenebrella. I was kind of expecting it coming out of Hope, but Hope going to stick on that regular Brella.
Yeah.
And so we'll see how that pays out for him here.
Only Stingray coming from Snag. I mean, I'd only Zoza though. That's something questionable. But that's 3 down for K-Loot.
Indeed here. That'll allow Enlightenment to go for an early clam control. Hope you're going to go ahead and build up a super clam real quick and build up some more turf coverage here, preparing those missiles. Hopefully another member of Enlightenment can pick up their special here as well in order to get the push going forward. Hope is going to go ahead and go for the jump in, and that'll be 2 power clams in. Hope going to try to look for some change. Will get 1. 2 down situation still for Clute as well as Enlightenment continues this push.
Yep, Jerry's still alive in the base, having the baller. That'll be 22, 16, 13, 10, 7, 4, 1. Is this going to be easy knockout?
It was almost there, but Clute just able to clean up the members of Enlightenment there at the very end to prevent a 100-0 knockout. One of the things I think that was great about that push coming out from Enlightenment was that we saw a continuous staggered pressure being applied. Once the first 2 members went down, we got to see, Snake jump in there at the end. There was just always someone there at the basket, always raining down. Unfortunately here, Clute cannot quite find the same rate of success, as they're only going to get 1 power clam thrown in and then immediately all go down to a wipe. So Enlightenment sitting in a pretty good position overall.
Yep, definitely. I mean, Nick's still having that baller. He can save up 1, and 2 teammates having 9, and they have the pity. So if someone goes down for that, when one pushes in, that will be a knockout right there. Because right now, they have a full-on monster to get a knockout. 60-punch fight in the bag.
Yeah, Enlightenment here looking for a knockout, but by the very same token, don't want to, go all out full send on this knockout push. They want to play it safe to make sure that they don't fully go down here. But they are going to get a jump in. That'll be at least one power clam in. This is going to be the game here. Yeah, that went very quickly there. Enlightenment taking game 2.
Yes, even though there was a DC on KLV, we still move on. Because Enlightenment has literally reached it to 1 point. So we move on to game 3.
Unfortunate disconnect situation there. But Enlightenment, nonetheless, taking that game, moving on. Let's see what our next map is coming up. It'll be Splat Zones on Anchovy.
Anchovy games, Splat Zones. We have saw this before. I think in round 1 or round 2 from the stream. So, with this, I think we did see Enlightenment play in it. So, this is a really questionable thing. We could see a heavy splatting remix.
That could be, could be. We'll definitely be seeing a Splatling coming out from Snek. I mean, kind of a no-brainer on Splat Zones, especially on a map like Anchovy, where the Splatling has plenty of, safe spaces in order to paint the zone. But we'll see what both of these teams have to show. Heading into this match, teams very quickly setting their composition, so I'm not sure if we're going to see a whole lot of change or if they just automatically have a strategy in mind for this map. It is 1-1 right now between these two teams, Clute and Enlightenment. Looks like a pretty standard composition coming out from Clute, and again, pretty much the same thing from Enlightenment as well.
Yeah, so ignore everything that happened. So double Kensa, sniper, splat water for KLV, and is that a rain umbrella? Actually,
I believe so. It's the same umbrella, or actually might have missiles. I'm not quite sure, but in any case here, Enlightenment going to go ahead, take the zone early, but they are going to go 3 down, so this should be the cap now for Clute.
Yes. Clute holding on to the zone.
So they're going to get set up here for the defense as Enlightenment approaches this zone area. Looking for an opening right now, trying to build up specials a little more before pushing forward. That'll be a Stingray already coming out from Snek, but it will be the lead nonetheless for Clute.
Definitely. With a splash down, it gives Enlightenment the lead. Enlightenment at least the cap for the zone. But with 3 down for KLV, it looks like they could get the penalty down and get the lead.
Yeah, so Enlightenment here doing much the same thing, are going to take the lead, but if they really want to secure that lead, they're going to have to win this next team fight here.
Definitely. With Nick getting down. So is that. Looks like doing the Stingray as well.
Nick going down. Enough pressure was able to be applied to the zone, and that's going to be the cap for Clute, so they have a chance to bring this back here.
Yes. Yes, they do. Mostly it looks like all of Enlightenment is stuck in the base.
Yeah,
so
missiles coming out from Clute in full force here onto the members of Enlightenment. Still set up in a great position. Snek really likes to go over there with that Stingray.
Well, it
try to
is
pick
really
up a couple of members.
Yeah, because it is a really good spot. You won't get detected from anyone. So, you can just go easy and get a snipe there. And with the hot technique that has been added to the Stingray, you can easily find someone there and then just aim, fire, the gun.
Clute going to go ahead and take back the zone from Enlightenment's control. Trying to wear down this penalty, but the zone is very much contested on both sides. Trying to stay alive, isn't quite going to be able to do that at the moment, but the rest of his teammates should be able to defend this.
Yes. See, versus Hope. It looks like Hope won. It looks like Hope and Snek is going to go from the side. But with Snek possibly Snek did another Stingray. Getting a Zoza in midair.
Snack getting quite the bit of painting in with that Splatling. Able to pop multiple Stingrays here, but Enlightenment still has the zone at the moment, looking to continue wearing down that timer, but it is going to get contested and taken by Clute.
Like they 2 down right there. And that'll be a 2 down, actually, for Clute.
2 down situation for both sides at the moment. Clute is going to maintain on this zone. Nick, though, is going to be the only person now pressuring the zone at the moment. Probably going to cap this here for Enlightenment. Enlightenment's going to have to scramble to get their defenses set up before Clute comes back.
Yep. Just check with the Stingray again. Multi didn't aim for anyone, but the Multi, he was trying to back everyone off from the mid. But
missiles continue to come out for Clute. The zone is currently being contested and will get taken by Clute in the middle of this 1v1 here.
Yep, Clute trying to do a roundabout, trying to get Geku, but Multi has failed. Geku has gotten the kill, but 53 seconds left.
Yeah, 3 down situation now for Enlightenment there for a moment. They're going to be forced to respawn here, and times are starting to get a little bit desperate for them. They really need to win this next team fight. They're going to get a couple of specials here popped. Baller is going to come in right to zone and is going to get most of the zone. Nick will also come in with a splashdown, so that will go ahead and take the zone for him, but they need to clean up the rest of the members of Clute if they want to stay alive here.
Definitely, in 25 seconds, that's all is needed. Dudes are going in with the Stingray, getting actually a 3 in that situation.
Zera's actually doing a very good job of, even if not necessarily killing the members of Enlightenment, pushing them far away from the zone there, and allowing the rest of the members of Clute to go ahead and take control of the zone. Nick gonna have to get some paint on this zone, but unfortunately isn't quite gonna have the time to do it. So Clute gonna go ahead and take that game in very much back and forth fashion all the way through.
Yes, and once again, we saw another DC from Clute the last 10 seconds though. So
last 10 seconds, unfortunately, is not going to be a replayable disconnect. So we're going to be moving on to the next game. Well, I mean, fortunately for Clute, they won the game anyway, so they don't really need to worry about it. But next up is going to be Tower Control on Sturgeon Shipyard.
So Tower Control on Sturgeon Shipyard, we have seen this get played. And if I remember, I think it was around 4 that we saw it get played.
Well,
but let's okay.
It looks like we're having a little bit of trouble on the technical side of things. We're going to go ahead and reset the lobby real quick, but hopefully we'll get this game back shortly. So Jorian, what do you think Clute is doing very well, or maybe in that last game just did slightly better than Enlightenment in order to come out on top of that one?
Well, mostly for Clute, like they kept on training the whole time, so you can't really say that there was an advantage and disadvantage there because there was so many trades. But mostly for Clute, they were getting a lot of 3 downs each time, so they were mostly getting more of empowerment over Enlightenment. That was the best thing about them.
Definitely key to take out multiple members of the opposing team at once, which will allow you a larger opening to push forward, especially on a mode like Splat Zones, where it's really easy for a team to set up their defenses and hold their defenses quite well.
Definitely. And if they're literally in the zone and you get the triple and you literally get that triple right there, that will just give the zone to that team. So that's a strategy if you want to know. Get everybody to the zone and then kill them right there. Get the zone capped.
Indeed. All right, so looking ahead here, on the next couple of maps, this next game will be played, of course, as I said, on Tower Control Sturgeon Shipyard. Moving forward, Game 5 will be on Rainmaker Starfish main stage. Game 6, if needed, will be Clam Blitz on Skipper Pavilion. And Game 7 will go back to Splat Zones on Camp Sugarfish. So what do you think about the maps here finishing out this set, and who do you think might have the advantage in this set so far?
Well, literally out of everything, I just want to see Clam Blitz on Skipper. That's literally out of everything. I just want to see Clamlets on Skipper. It's so, it's still a new map that was added, but still, it's so good. But whoever will win is still a questionable thing because they can always just do a tic-tac-toe or ping pong effect, which would be KLV, Enlightenment, KLV, Enlightenment. It can still happen. So it's all debatable on who gets the overpowerment.
Yeah,
But
so looks like we're going to be hopping into this game pretty shortly. Looks like we've got all of our members on both teams back in the lobby. So we'll be getting underway with this game for very shortly here.
yep. But Tao chose Sturgeon Shipyard. What do you think about Sturgeon Shipyard itself?
Sturgeon Shipyard, personally, I feel like seems more of a neutral map. You've got some elevation things. You've got, you know, plenty of spots, plenty of vantage points for your backliners, especially on a mode like tower control. But you also have a couple of open spaces that allows for a little more movement from dualies and things of that nature. So we'll see here. Moving into this game, looks like we have Nick going over to the Kansas Splattershot Pro, and we have a blaster coming out of Clue.
New strategies, new ideas, but the custom blaster immediately getting knocked out. Even the Wolf getting knocked out. Lemon's still alive. They're just trying to get protective, trying to get at least one member of Enlightenment. And finally gets one, down 0-8, but it still gets a trade anyway for Genku.
Does get one, but unfortunately isn't quite going to be enough to dislodge Enlightenment from this situation at the moment. Snack going to go ahead, pop Stingray, try to get a couple of members of Clute, but we'll go ahead and get one. The tower is, though, going to stay in a very neutral situation at the moment.
Yes. Looks like KLV is actually getting tower for the first time now. See, with the Inkjet getting one. Getting two.
Clown here doing impressive work with the Stingray as the tower continues to push forward for Clute. They're likely going to clear this first checkpoint. We'll see if they can hold off the members of Enlightenment even more.
And we can see they made it to the second checkpoint. Geku throwing away the ball from last second, but still getting killed by the ball because of the range of it. It looks like Enlightenment doing the Stingray is giving the zone back to the middle. They're going to push from there.
Enlightenment here now in control of the tower, but actually Zera is going to go ahead and snipe Snack off of that tower. It's going to be a crucial thing as Enlightenment was looking to try to get a little more map control there. I don't think any of the members of Enlightenment knew where Zera's exactly was and who they were aiming at first. But nonetheless, Enlightenment going to continue pushing forward here. Zera's going to hop back, shut down this push with the Stingray.
Yep.
And it doesn't look like they're going to get past this checkpoint if Zera's can find a pick.
It was close, but Zera was aiming for the Booyah bomb instead. So he could have gone on somebody else, but his main focus was the Booyah.
3-down situation there for Clute after that team fight. So Snack going to continue riding this tower forward. They are going to approach the second checkpoint. Let's see if they can get by it. Doesn't look like there are a lot of members of Clute around the tower right now to contest it, but Snack is going to go down all the same. Will take the lead, but not quite able to clear that checkpoint, unfortunately for them. So they will have to go all the way through in order to, build up to get to that point again. But
yeah.
So that gets a little more of a breather now for Clute, but still not a great situation to be in for Clute.
Yeah. Because like right now, with tower control, if you make it to the checkpoint, there is a small penalty before the number actually advances. So going all the way back from there and getting all the way to that 20, for Enlightenment, it will be the worst at least 5 seconds of your lives. Because KLV can literally just go from above and kill them, whereas Zeroza can just be the sneaky squid she is and just snipe right there.
Clute here doing their best to ride the tower forward and approach that second checkpoint, but the members of Enlightenment are going to shut that down pretty handily. Looking to get a little more control of the middle of the map, but Zera is going to get a snipe onto Nick there. Looking to get one more onto Jared, but Jared going to go ahead and pop that baller, ride it to the middle. Zera's not in a great situation. Unfortunately, isn't quite able to jump out in time there and will go down. Nick also going to go down, so 2-down situation now for both sides. 3-down situation for Enlightenment. This will allow Clute to ride the tower forward and hopefully get at least one more shot here at going for the lead.
You have 1 minute remaining in Clown putting up the inkjet. It's literally all on that for defense. Hope getting downplayed by Clown's inkjet. Stingray coming out.
Stingray coming out. Here comes one member. Here comes Jared for Enlightenment. Unfortunately, is going to go down to that blaster. But Nick will go ahead and take down that. That actually was a wipe onto Enlightenment, I believe, there for a moment. So Zera's going to continue riding this tower forward, and that will be the knockout. So Clute going to go up, I believe, 3-1 in the set.
Yes, it will be 3-1 for Clute. Clute is actually doing really strong.
Unfortunately there, Enlightenment not quite able to hold off the members of Clute at the very end when it mattered most. Clute just doing a very good job of overall getting the picks that they needed in order to maintain their positions around the tower and really not let those members of Enlightenment get any closer.
Yeah, but once again, for Enlightenment, they started off strong, but they just went calmer at near the end, which is really confusing.
Indeed, here they'll be looking to change something as we go now to Rainmaker on Starfish main stage. This is going to be tournament point for Clute.
But if Enlightenment gets the game up, this will be almost to game 7 for this match, and we keep on going to Columbus Skipper.
You just really want to see Columbus on Skipper, don't you?
Definitely.
Well, nonetheless, here the teams getting some time to think over their compositions a little more. Looks like Enlightenment might be trying to consider exactly what to counter Clute with here. What do you think the answer for that is? You know, if we see Enlightenment getting out to maybe pretty strong starts, but not quite being able to follow that up or, you know, continue the defense all the way through, what do you think we need to see from Enlightenment?
Well, here's the thing. Clute is all aggro. So, if you can counter the aggro, you're good. That's the only problem. It's all because of Clute being aggro. But what do you think could counter Clute?
Well, that could be the case. You know, we'll have to see in general here as we hop into this game. That's actually going to be a double roller composition now coming out from Clute, which is interesting. You know, rollers we don't see a lot of in general, but does kind of make sense in some aspects. You know, there's a lot of horizontal ground to paint here for a roller, but Enlightenment going to go ahead and go an early one down. Clute looking like they want to get a little more paint control of mid. Is going to go ahead and go down though pretty early.
That's going to be a free up from Nick and his Stingray with Snack going on. Now it'll be Enlightenment moving on, making up to 49.
Yeah, Enlightenment there, taking the time to build up their specials a little more, and then just go for an all-out blitz there to get it as far as they possibly could there before the members of Clute were able to respawn. So interesting strategy from them. But now Clute has the Rainmaker in their possession and are looking to make a counter push.
Yep. So you jump to splashdown. No one there, but that gave turf for them.
Give a little bit of turf, but unfortunately didn't get any picks there. Clute still looking for an opening here as they move forward, but Enlightenment doing a pretty strong job overall of holding down their side of the map.
Definitely. Snake doing Stingray, trying to go for Zota. The Booyah.
Sneck is going to be able to find that pick. Clute is going to go 3 down in the process. So Enlightenment likely going to build up their special here, take a little bit of time before addressing the Rainmaker again, get this last pick on this roller. The roller is going to go ahead and jump out, so that's good news for Enlightenment.
So for 3 minutes left, well at least 3 minutes left, and still the same score, 92-48.
Sneck here trying to get all of the little areas of turf to try to build up his Stingray a little more, but unfortunately can't quite find what he wants. But the members of Enlightenment not quite content with their opening that they have at the moment, especially if they're looking for another one of those blitz-esque pushes that we saw earlier.
Definitely. Oh, second Geku. And Enlightenment is going out on the whole team. Like fun back need to do that. But Dooley's from the side getting obliterated by Alex.
Rainmaker is going to go ahead and reset. Clute now in a little bit of a better position as far as map control in the center is concerned, but Sneck doing an excellent job of holding down this area right behind mid for them. It's really interesting to see the sort of standoff that we've seen so far. Of course, as I say that, Clute going to go ahead, pick up the Rainmaker, push it up this left side a little, go down the ramp, but isn't quite going to be able to get as far as Enlightenment was earlier.
Yeah. Because they made up to 55. That's still good for something. But now, with KLV having stuff full open and 2 of Enlightenment down, they can do a full-on push. And when Alex, you finish.
Well, I was just going to say, my largest question right now that we've kind of seen going back and forth is that it seems like a lot of these teams want to pick up the Rainmaker and push it forward. And obviously, that's the goal of the game. Yeah. That said, in a lot of these cases, we're seeing Enlightenment just kind of inch it forward a little bit, but it's almost like handing the Rainmaker over to Clute to give them another push. So this time, though, Enlightenment is going to let the Rainmaker go ahead and reset back to middle after popping it. Jared going to pop baller and maybe try to get a pick here, but unfortunately isn't going to be able to find one. Enlightenment going to go ahead, pop the Rainmaker shield again, and hopefully go for a little more turf control, a little more of a man advantage before firmly pushing forward.
Yeah, but you can see, actually, all of Enlightenment get wiped, and all of KLV has the special ready that they're using right now. This could be tournament point right here.
Definitely going to be the lead here, but Enlightenment needs to get in better positioning here. It's going to get the pick on the Rainmaker, and it doesn't look like any of the members of Clute are around, but with 30 seconds, they have their work cut out for them at the moment. 2 members of Clute are still actually around the Rainmaker. We're doing an impressive job of hiding.
But Geku, still from behind, getting 5 points stack to the end. Got at least 2 picks doing that move. He's like doing his Stingray, mostly aiming at the sniper or finding anyone possible.
I think Sneck right now is just trying to find where the other members of Clute are at the moment. Looks like Enlightenment actually going to go ahead and pick up this Rainmaker. I thought they were going to let it reset there for a moment, but they have no other choice at the moment as it is overtime. The Stingray going to come out, but that is unfortunately going to be game with the GG Ray. So Clute is going to go ahead and take the tournament in 4-1 fashion over Enlightenment.
Yep. That's absolutely a GG for